years older at 32. An inch separates their heights and their reaches are exactly the same. With the official introductions, we go inside to Bruce Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC Light Heavyweight Division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, a wrestler holding a professional record, 8 wins, 2 losses. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 205 pounds. Fighting out of Makhachkala, Russia, Saparbek Safarov. And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner, a mixed martial artist holding an undefeated professional record, 9 wins, no losses. He stands 6 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 204 pounds. Fighting out of Brazil, Russia, Nigumerenu, Nikolai. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Leon Roberts.
Our Octagon official is Leon Roberts.
Right back, gents. Right back. Back in your corners.
Nigumereanu kissing the Romanian flag.
Right back for me, right back.
He's on the left.
First
Safarov
round, you ready to fight?
on the right.
You ready to fight? Bring
Safarov making his 3rd Octagon appearance. Nigumereanu, this is his debut. He is wearing the black. Safarov in the light grey. Both fighters fighting out of orthodox stance.
Safarov moving forward now, using some feints, a nice low kick there, but you can see Nigumereanu coming over the top with the big power shot.
I'm going to call him Nikolai.
You know, I was just thinking, if this fight goes the same way as the rest of them, we need to give him the nickname, and I think the Nightmare works pretty well, given the way that he fights.
Oh, he's been
this
pushed
is
back
good from Safarov.
Interesting that he decides to clinch, grab this body lock.
Maybe take the initiative, catch him by surprise. Or maybe he just doesn't want to deal with the striking. I mean, you know, Nikolai has shown strengths in every range of the fight.
Safarov is a master of sport and combat sambo. A lot of tricks, throws included in that. So he's well versed in these quarters. Right now, just seemingly forcing Nigumereanu against the fence.
Blatantly grabbing the fence.
Yeah, being told off there by the referee for a fence grab. Multiple fence grabs.
Oh, nice shoulder bump from Safarov.
So you've been watching John Jones?
I think he has. It's amazing you see that trickle-down effect when you see high-level fighters using the technique. Oh, I think you may have...
He's gonna get a point taken down.
Yeah, I think you might be right. Again, though, I mean, that for me is a bit of fear coming through in technique, you know? Yeah. When you're holding, you're grabbing, you're looking, it's a desperate move. Oh, look at that Kimura trap from the bottom from Nigumereanu.
He's trying to use the butterfly hook to sweep, but it hasn't quite worked. And Safarov, still without his right arm, is trying to secure side control.
Yeah, great balance and top pressure from Safarov. He could have found himself swept from that Kimura trap there.
I think this is
on the back.
A smart move, right? You know, you're getting somebody on their UFC debut, and now suddenly you're on your back. You're staring up at these big lights, and you got to try to work your way up here in the first round. And you know you got a long fight ahead of you with somebody like Safarov on top of you. I nailed it, guys. Nailed it. Yes.
Good work.
Thanks.
Good work.
Watch the back of the head.
Don't miss UFC Fight Night Romero versus Jacare 2, April 27th from Fort Lauderdale, Florida at the BB&T Center. A middleweight showdown between 2 of the world's best headlines the night when Cuban wrestling sensation Yoel Romero battles a Brazilian submission ace Jacare Souza. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
Oh, big shots to the top from Safarov. Right in the commentary position.
Yeah, right. Whenever we get somebody right here, man, you can hear those elbows. It's just like, ooh, why do I do this? That's what I start thinking when I watch these guys get elbowed.
Because you're a lunatic, Paul.
Wait, right?
That's your last fight. You've written 1 lung on your bottle of water, case so we know which one's yours.
And the number 1 lung.
Number 1 lung. Oh, is that right?
I met one.
By Radiohead, Iron Lung. But they don't do albums these days. That's showing my age, isn't it?
Yeah, I knew what you meant. I knew what you meant.
Oh, look at this. Nigumereanu working for an ankle lock here.
Wow, another fence grab here. Take a point from this guy. At this point, you take a point from him.
Well, it's
come on.
But it's difficult because Nigumereanu...
He's in the heel hook. Exactly. You're right. You're right.
Disqualification coming.
I think so.
Right, time.
He's knocking...
Oh, come on, man.
That's a disqualification there.
This dude's just a dirty fighter. That's all there is to it. I'm saying it right here. Now, come on. fence grabs, hits him after the ref clearly just stopped this.
You're grabbing the cage.
I'd take 2 points from him, Dan.
I think, honestly, I would disqualify him for that, Paul. I'll be honest. He grabbed the fence several times, he was told, and then when the referee stopped the fight,
elbowed him on purpose.
Grabbing the cage.
Intentionally dropped
cage.
an elbow.
Stay there.
Again, frustration coming through in performance. Maybe he knows this is his last shot in the UFC. You know, 2 losses, 2 fights down.
Fight.
There might actually be a genuine language barrier here, though, guys.
But at the same time, no.
But if I'm going like this to your hand,
he should know the rules anyway.
No. That's an ignorance to the referee telling you what to do. When someone's physically telling you to let go, he was using that to escape the ankle lock. Terrible. So Nigummereanu is now back in a position where he can start deciding what he wants to do with the fight. He can get rid of those early cobwebs. You know, he found himself on his back for the first couple of minutes of the fight. Very frustrating for him. You know, puts a few doubts in his mind. But I mean, Paul, you tell me. I would get some confidence in my opponent breaking the rules like that, because that tells me that there's a level of desperation.
You know how frustrated he is.
Exactly.
Anytime you do that, oh man, I'd hate to see him get. Now that they've been stood back up too, if he gets caught with a big punch, it's just going to be, no matter what, the performance for Safarov is going to be muddy, no matter what.
It is.
Safarov losing fans by the second.
Now I'm not upset that I called him Sasarov.
Well, he now has a more dominant position up against the fence once again, but Nigummereanu does well to break away, get some good distance.
I'm surprised that we've not seen Nigummereanu with his typical forward charge that I've seen in so many of his fights.
Jitters, Dan.
Quite possibly.
And then on top of that, you get all this craziness to start your debut. It's like, what's going on?
We'll be back in 60 seconds. So a little bit of damage there to Safarov's eye on the right-hand side, which is getting some attention right now. So clearly,
you tell him if he grabs that cage again, I'm going to keep deducting points off him. Okay, you tell him.
Сапарбек, если еще раз возьмешь за клетку, они уже тебя снимут с боя. Не бери за клетку, пожалуйста. Смотри, дружище, ты выиграл этот раунд, но они сняли одну очко. Надо забирать 2 раунда сейчас, Сапарбек. Все то же самое дело, ты выигрываешь.
I got so caught up in some of the fouls there that I'll be honest, I even missed some of the good things that might have been happening in that round, because it bothers me so much to see unsportsman stuff like that. We're already in a fighting sport. You're already allowed to punch, elbow, knee, and kick your opponent as much as you want. You don't need to do any dirty stuff.
Right back in there, right back in your corner, right back in your corner. Right back to me, right back.
UFC 236 is just a few weeks away, so head over to UFC Fight Pass to get ready. Rewatch the main and co-main event athletes in their rise to stardom and get ready for UFC 236 Holloway versus Poirier 2. Plus, check out over 14,000 hours of on-demand content and enjoy past UFC pay-per-views right after Fight Night London. So, round 2 underway. Safarov, really, I mean, to say he's treading the disciplinary line would be kind to him. He's very much stepping over it, but Nigummereanu never complained, kept his cool in his debut, just keeping focus as well, and that's important at the same time.
Yeah, absolutely. You give him props for that. And, you know, this is a new round. I'm going to try to give Safarov some credit here. He's got some sharp boxing, and we're seeing that already to start this round. He's just got to stop with, you know, grab the fence, and I think we'll be okay.
He owns finishes of 4 seconds, 49 seconds, and 78 seconds, does Safarov, so we're outside of that. He's with a new team for this camp.
There is some swelling under the right eye of Safarov, which I think was caused by a...
Oh, dear. Nigummereanu's doing the two-step.
Yeah,
will he regain his balance?
Well, he clapped his hands and kind of called his opponent on. I think he's feeling that his legs aren't stable, but, you know, he can't allow Safarov to push him around like this. This is very uncharacteristic of Nigummereanu in the way that he normally fights.
Yeah, he's getting touched up really bad here.
Oh, that's got him with huge shots right now.
And we've seen this from Safarov. When he fought Vellante, those two were just smacking each other with big punches. And he even hurt his leg in that fight. He was still dangerous.
And we saw how durable he was in that fight as well. I mean, he took a beating from Jan Vellante. And and still kept coming. Was able to land a big overhand right, even when he was hurt, when he had been hurt several times. This is good work from Safarov. Nice elbow from the top position.
Once again, Nigumerianu is trying to go for that leg.
Ankle lock, heel hook.
Inverted. Oh, this could nearly be there. He's really trying to talk on that, but it's not.
No, it's not there at the moment. He doesn't have the angle.
Still,
oh, my
hands here. This is terrible.
Elbows now from Safarov in the top position as another failed heel hook attempt from Nigumerianu.
I would at this point be tempted to appeal if I was Nigumerianu. I think the amount of times that those fence grabs have affected the flow of this fight, allowing him to stay on top position, defend position, and also as well pull him into punches. I mean, he's holding that fence while he's striking his opponent.
It's no good, and I think this ref, he's doing a great job. He's trying to get on him to stay, you know, keep his fingers out of the fence, but at some point, if it keeps happening, happens again, I think at that point you say, listen.
It's so difficult because he's trying to give the advantage to Nigumerianu, who's on the bottom trying to do a submission. And if he's pulling on Safarov, he could be pulling him clear of that leg potentially, so he's trying to do his best. Very difficult situations.
Some swelling around the orbital bone now of Nigumerianu on the bottom, who's starting to look a little bit defeated. He's also reaching for the fence now as well.
Yeah, he's grabbing.
Showing some desperation. I mean, I understand the referee has to give the fighter the benefit of the doubt, but there's no excusing a fighter. I learned not to put my hands on things when my mum slapped me away as a child. You know, when I'm reaching into the cookie jar when I'm not supposed to be eating before dinner. You learn those things very quickly, and even win the fight, when the referee's slapping at your hands, you know.
You're human. You know these things.
Well, also, we are at the upper echelons of this sport right here, the very top, so you should know what rules you are competing under.
Yeah,
some vicious ground and pound here from Safarov, though, and that swelling is really bad on Nikolai's eye.
I mean, the unfortunate thing is, aside from the fence grabs and the blatant rule breaking,
he looks good.
It's a good performance. Yeah. I mean, he looks strong. This is the best he's looked. He's been effective on the feet. He's landed clean shots. The left hook, you know, specifically has been very effective. His takedowns have been good, and you know, there's top pressure here. Nigumerianu, he's simply not moving his shoulders.
No, he is not himself here tonight. But we've seen his other fights outside of the UFC, and he is just getting pounded on here by Safarov.
They're so direct as well.
Oh, beautiful elbow. Oh, this.
And there's another one. Oh,
he's getting busy. That's wincing this could be the beginning of the end here if he starts. Oh, that's
huge, thudding elbow.
He's still fighting.
Nigumerianu, get out of this round.
I don't think
15 seconds left. He's presenting an arm to Safarov.
He doesn't want it. He wants this finish from TKO. These elbows. This is some of the
vicious intent.
He might survive.
Some of the best ground and pound elbows I've seen in a long time, these are.
And unfortunately, like you said, all of that will be muddied by that first round. It's a shame for him, really.
All overshadowed. We've got to wonder whether Nigumerianu is going to be able to get off his stool here. I mean, he looks dazed, he looks confused. He's sitting down on his stool now, but his orbital bone is swelling up around. I mean, his posture is broken.
I think that's it.
We'll be back with the third round after the break.
Acum e singura șansă să intrăm la picioare.
All right, but let's talk about the positives from Safarov here. In round two, was completely dominant with huge elbows on the ground. And me and Dan just said some of the best elbow work from ground and pound that we may have seen in a long time from any weight division.
Yeah. Round three is brought to you by P3, the official protein snack of the UFC.
And
guys, what do you think about the corner letting Nigumerianu come out into the third? This is a fight he took on late notice. He took 20 seconds to get to his stool. What do you think?
I mean, it could be a misjudgment, or it could be absolute belief in their fighter. I mean, you know, this is his first fight in the UFC. They're not seeing the best of him, and we're not seeing the best of him based on our research. We know what this guy's capable of. maybe they're just hoping for a resurgence in the third round. It's not like we haven't seen it before. You know, Paul Craig comes to mind against Nigumerenu. Was able to survive until the last 10 seconds and pull the victory out.
Well, the last second.
Well, exactly.
Literally the last second. But I agree. We don't know this guy personally. We're not his corner. They know him better than anything. But based on the look of his face, he can't see out of that one eye. He already got hit with a left hook because he can't see out of the right side at all. He hasn't been able to stop any takedowns. He's been getting ground and pounded. At what point do you go, okay, listen, let's go back, go to the gym, still got a contract, let's figure out another fight, come back stronger. This is just not going to be our night, and you're going to, you know, it's going to be so much longer now that you do get to come back and get another chance after you take the, you know, the beating that you've taken so far in this fight.
Yeah. And now Safarov really is fighting for his life in there, isn't he? Looking to right the ship, but he's doing it with vicious intent.
It's just this ground and pound from Safarov has been brilliant. It's a shame that he did some of the things that he did in the first round, because he's shown that he's improved, especially with taking this fight to the mat and using his ground and pound. It's been aggressive and violent and effective.
Well, he's still in top position here, looking for opportunities to land that ground and pound, but he's isolated the left arm of Nigumerenu now. He's dumped his hips down to the side to make some space.
Nice punches to the inside thigh here. He's primarily focused on that that Kimura grip. I mean, he's still isolated the arm. He's let go of it now. Looking to go back to ground and pound. Some good elbows to the midsection, the stomach. I mean, Nigumerenu has nothing coming back here. He really is flat on his shoulders, cramped up against the fence.
And he's getting cracked repeatedly by the left hand of Safarov.
Head pressure as well. Doing everything he can to make it uncomfortable for him.
Yeah, and this is one of the worst places that you can be to receive ground and pound shots like this, is with your head pressed up against this fence, but you're still flat on your back. You have no chance of getting right back up to your feet. It's just the top pressure, the stability and the balance that Safarov has from here. He can unleash all his power, probably even more power than if he was standing up, because the shots are coming down on you.
Absolutely. He's got gravity on his side, yeah, these shots. And you know, they're so direct, they're no...
But if you're a flat earther, gravity does not exist. You've heard these things,
why did you have to bring that up?
We had to bring it up. It's all over the place.
On flat earth, please. We don't have enough time left in the round.
I don't know.
My head hurt. It makes my head hurt.
But this is a gnarly position for Nigumerenu as well, because his head's contorted. It's not like he can even move a couple of inches either way. It is fixed and stuck in that position.
Right.
Very unnatural.
And an open guard as well. I mean, you know, he's not even doing anything to try and direct the body of his opponent. Good work to kick off there, but... I mean,
Safarov just immediately right back on top.
But he needs to dig for an underhook, right, guys?
He does. He does. On this near side, he needs to use his right arm to dig an underhook.
Yeah.
And start moving his hips out to the side.
And that's not doing anything right now. He's not... The right arm's not even framing. It's not pushing the chin away. It's not pushing on the hips. Dominic Cruz would be losing his mind about none of these underhooks happening right here.
A nice left hand there as well from Safarov. A real shelling by him. Nigumerianu's having to take a lot of damage in this position, but credit to him, starting to look for a couple of threats.
He's surviving. He's surviving. So maybe the stoppage didn't need to happen, but he's not trying to win so much right now either. So
the other thing we have to bear in mind when it comes to corner teams stopping it is that Safarov was deducted a point in the first round, so that could have been a draw.
That's a very good point. Well remembered, Dan.
I do what I can, John. Do what I can.
And honestly, Safarov is taking this round off. He hasn't shown that same aggressive ground and pound elbow action, and he has nothing that's resisting him. If he wants to finish this fight, in my opinion, if he really postured up and just threw a series of combos, a big flurry, it would probably get stopped.
Yeah.
Because the ref's just right there. I mean, he's basically just sitting. Yeah, that's what he's ready to do. He's ready to slap hands away from cookie jars right now.
Exactly, that's what he's doing. Nigumerianu's clamped onto that Kimura again. He's got to make it work. 10 seconds to go.
He's got to really explode on this, really get some talk going, but it's so difficult in the third and final round. And that's it. We'll be back with the official decision for this contest after the break.
This program is sponsored by Bet365.
welcome to a brand new season of MotoGP.
Don't let a cold rob you of precious hours of sleep. Reach for Vicks Vapor Rub. Vicks Vapor Rub. One medicine that relieves 4 cold symptoms. So the whole family can have sweet dreams. Vicks Vapor Rub.
This program is sponsored by Bet365.
In Nashville for a striker's delight at welterweight. The main event matchup pits karate expert Stephen Thompson against former lightweight champ Anthony Pettis. The main card begins on ESPN Plus at 8 p.m. Eastern, with the Plus prelim starting at 5 o'clock. Time now to get it inside the octagon and hear the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds, we go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. The judges score the contest 29-26. 29-26 and 29-27 for the winner by unanimous decision, Saparbek Safarov.
So a first win inside the octagon for Saparbek Safarov. I'm sure that was